Hello, Worthington Kilbourne High School students. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video and to be interested in our new International Baccalaureate program. My name is Angie Adrean and I'm honored to be your building principal. One of the things that attracted me to Worthington Kilbourne High School was the opportunity for us to be involved in such a rigorous program as the IB program. Our IB program is supported by our district administrators, and we are honored to be in the process of being authorized for this program. In this video today, you will have the opportunity to listen to the passion and the excitement from the teachers that will be a part of our International Baccalaureate program, and we hope that you are interested in being a part of that.
Worthington Kilbourne, we believe that to belong to the IB Diploma Program, you don't need to be a genius, you don't need to be brilliant. Those things will help, of course, but what you really need to be is self-motivated, a self-starter. You need to be the kind of person who doesn't sit around and wait for things to happen. You make them happen. And you also need to be a very determined person, because this is a big program. There's a lot to it. And there will be moments where maybe you think you want to quit. But to get through it, you got to stick with it. And I guess also you need to be ambitious. You need to be courageous, because there are a lot of moving parts to this. And it is a big challenge, and you can't be afraid if you're going to take that first step. So you have to think about it. You know, what kind of person are you? And if you've got it in you to take a swing at something that's a little bit harder than you're used to, then I think the IB Diploma Program is probably for you. Let's not fool ourselves. The IB Diploma Program is hard. It's a huge challenge. There's a lot to do over the course of 2 years. And many students might look at it and say it's simply too much. Well, what we've done at Worthington Kilbourne is try to create different levels at which a student can participate. Of course, one level is to be a full diploma candidate. That's the hardest. It requires the largest level of commitment. But we've also created something called a cum grege luporum student. It's a Latin phrase. It means with the wolf pack. And our program's known as WolfP.A.A.C.C-IB because it's unique to Worthington Kilbourne. As a cum grege luporum student, you come on board taking a somewhat reduced class load. You can take all of your classes as standard level classes, if you wish. And instead of doing both the Creativity Action Service component and the extended essay, you can do one or the other. Who's this for? This is for someone who looks at the program and says, I really like everything about it, but I can't fit it into my school schedule. I can't fit it into my life schedule. And would still like to have the benefits of the program. And so this is another option. You can't earn the IB Diploma this way, but can allow you to take advantage of the benefits of the program and still manage everything else in your life. Also, we're letting students take IB courses as a la carte courses in the same way that you take AP courses. So if you want to take one IB course, there's a particular IB course that has grabbed your attention, you can do that also. So really, if you think that IB is for you, and that's the first decision you have to make, if you think it's for you, then you need to ponder what level of commitment do you want to make. Do you want to try to be an IB Diploma candidate? Do you want to join as a cum grege luporum student? Or are there just one or two IB courses that you want to take? The choice is yours.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Glaros and I teach social studies here, and I'm going to be the IB CAAS coordinator. And I'm really excited about this opportunity for our IB students. CAAS stands for Creativity, Action, and Service. This is going to be a way for our IB students to engage in real-world, hands-on learning that is meaningful and is also connected to what they're learning in their IB classes. The creativity part of CAAS is going to have our students work on and develop and share their creative and artistic talents. And the action part of the project will have our students sweat and get their heart rate up in a new and different way than they've done in the past. And the service part of CAAS will have our students work to give back to the community in some way. Our students will work together in a group on what we'll call the PAACC project, but they will also take leadership and design their own individual CAAS project in what will be called the Wolf Project. Really, really excited about this part of IB and what it will bring to Kilbourne.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Smith, and I will be teaching the Mathematics HL course for the International Baccalaureate program. It is a 2-year math course. We will cover pre-calculus and calculus topics. We'll also do a fair amount of work in statistics and probability. So we're going to add in some statistics to the class that maybe you wouldn't get unless you were taking an AP stat course. We do a fair amount of statistics already in our FST course, but this is additional. The reason for that is because there is a lot of, there are a lot of programs out there in the college world and beyond where you really need a good, thorough understanding of statistics. And statistics will help you no matter what area of study you plan to go into. Social studies, the social sciences, psychology, so forth. Always a good thing to know a lot of stat. So we will be doing a lot of stat. There are 2 internal assessments along with regular tests and quizzes that would happen throughout the year. The internal assessments are slightly bigger projects. One will happen at the end of the junior year. The other one will happen in the first semester of the senior year. And then there is an external assessment, much like your AP test, following in May of the senior year. You take an exam. It's a 3-part exam, similar to an AP exam. And that gets scored away from Kilbourne High School. The internal assessments I score. And we will be looking at a variety of topics. Good preparation for this class is to be through FST. So any student who's through FST will be eligible. If you've got concerns about that, you need to see either myself or Mr. Jordan and talk about where you are in preparation for IB Mathematics HL.
Although most people think of theater as the set behind me or a full performance, IB theater is vastly different from that. IB theater really allows both the performer, the techie, the non-performer, and the non-techie to find out more about the theater across the world, not just in the United States. I think the IB program will be really, truly an asset to Worthington Kilbourne because it allows students to learn to think differently and explore things. The question of why is a big deal in IB theater, and we look at why we have theater, why we have the arts, why do we think the way we do, and how does it represent different cultures?
You can imagine learning a second language is an important component of the IB curriculum and IB diploma. IB encourages international mindedness and wants students who are open-minded and able to discuss global issues. They want students who can appreciate and understand the human emotions and human experiences that unite us all. Learning a second language opens these doors for you. As you study Latin, French, and Spanish, you gain a new appreciation for others, their language, their culture, their experiences, and hopefully you begin to examine your own language and culture and how it fits in today's global society and impacts the world. Mind that in today's society, knowing a second language is very important. Employers are looking for people who have good communication skills, flexible thinking, good problem-solving skills, and the ability to interact with people of other cultures and other languages. There is a high demand for people who speak languages other than English in science, medicine, technology, and business. So knowing another language gives you that competitive edge to succeed in today's. As for the IB curriculum itself, students need to understand that it is a 2-year commitment for IB Latin, IB French, and IB Spanish. IB French and IB Spanish are centered around 3 themes: communication and media, global issues, and social relationships. In IB Latin, students will read Ovid's Metamorphoses and study 2 literary genres. In all 3 courses, the culture will be emphasized, and the hope is to integrate the culture and the language with other IB courses being offered, whether it be IB Geography, IB Business, IB Literature, IB Environmental Studies, or the theory of knowledge.
My name is Sean Cooke, and I'll be responsible for theory of knowledge. And I'm surrounded here by question marks because a theory of knowledge is a course that focuses on questions. Now, when I say that it focuses on questions, what I mean is that we get the opportunity in theory of knowledge to ask the cool questions about learning that we don't always have time for in the other classes. In fact, the International Baccalaureate requires theory of of knowledge and positions the course in the center of the curriculum and demands that each class have connections to theory of knowledge. Because in this course, the questions that we ask are the simplest of all. We ask, how do we know what we know? And then we ask, why do we make the decisions that we do with the information that we've decided that we know? So in a lot of ways, it's like returning to childhood, where you get to ask the questions of a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old, where we say, well, how do we know that the sky is blue? Or when you asked why over and over and over again to your parents, that's what we do in theory of knowledge. We demand that when you go to class and a teacher teaches you something, that you be able to answer the question of, how do we know that? How do I know that this is true? It's not just true because Mr. Jordan says it, although we can trust him most of the time, or true because it's written in a book or because you see it on the internet, but we want to get down to the core of how we justify what we call knowledge. So most of the course is about answering that question by exploring some of the most exciting questions in all of learning. We'll talk about complex, interesting, contemporary issues that relate to the courses that students are taking. And in general, it's the kind of work that my students often tell me they wish we had more time for in English class. Theory of knowledge is a class that includes all of that.